Last week I was able to cut out about $1.2 million from the energy and environment budget, so let's keep going. Took out about 10% of the administrative and technical support budget for natural resources, about $73,000. Then I took about $1.4 million from conservation. I actually had a $14 million budget, but I thought that was kind of a lot of money for something as loosey-goosey as conservation. Interesting thing I noticed about that $14 million for conservation was that $9 million of it was from the tobacco fund. I thought the tobacco settlement fund was to help the state of Kentucky pay for additional healthcare costs from smokers, but what do I know? Next up, I whacked completely the energy and development and independence department. Actually, that was about $42 million, but 36 of that $42 million came from the stimulus, and we're never going to see that money anyway, so the net savings is about $4.2 million. Energy independence and development has been a long-standing and classic taxpayer waste of money. Since the first Arab oil embargo in the 1970s, politicians have been using taxpayer money to promote energy independence. But it's 2011, 40 years later, and do we import more foreign oil or less foreign oil as a percentage of the total? And it's more. And that's because politicians take our taxpayer money and they constrain domestic sources of legitimate energy like ANWR, offshore drilling, coal, and they try to supplant it with stupid things like ethanol or stuff that just isn't quite there yet, and that's that green energy. It doesn't supply as many BTUs. It's not storable, and it tends to be developed by guys who make a lot of campaign contributions. Oh, I'm sorry, I feel a sneeze coming on. General Electric. Sorry. Okay, next up, I completely whacked this Environmental Quality Commission. It's a pretty modest amount of money. I don't know, it's like $250,000. But considering that we spend $67 million on clean air, clean water, and clean soil, why do we need another commission? I mean, the commission is supposed to be a public forum for the resolution of environmental issues. Well, what's the legislature? Kind of the same thing with the Nature Preserves Commission. It's not that I hate nature preserves or anything like that. I just think that you don't need another commission, and you've got something called the Natural Resources Department. Use them. Next up, I went to the budget of the Public Service Commission. You know, again, I don't hate them. I think the Public Service Commission performs a very important function, but like everybody in the private sector, they need to be a little bit more productive. So I took 10% off their operational budget, and then I took an additional 10% off of their filings office, because I'm afraid I have been a paralegal for more years than I'd like to admit, and any filings office I've ever been to could benefit from a little streamlining. So overall, I took about $20 million from the energy and environment budget. It's about 7% of their total.